Hello, my name is Habib, and I want to tell you a Christmas story. My great grandfather was an innkeeper in a little town called Bethlehem, and his name was Ashir. And Ashir remembered and taught this story to us all through the generations. And this is how it goes. Once upon a time, Ashir was working in his inn, which is like a place you stay overnight if you have no other place to stay. In your time, it would be a hotel or a motel or maybe a bed and breakfast. And Ashir he was full. He had no room for anything or anybody. They were stepping over people because there were so many people there to pay their taxes. It was during that time, long ago. And he remembered a young couple coming to the door. There was a knock. And the young man said, "Hello, my name is Joseph, and my wife is about to have a baby. And we need a place to stay. Do you have any room?" And my grandfather had to say, "No, we have no room in the inn." And then Joseph said, "Well, we've looked all over. Everyone has told us tonight we have no room. Can you please think of anything that would help us?" And Ashir remembered that he had a cousin, and he had a little stable area that at least had a roof over it. And so he said, "Yes, hold on 1 minute." So he sends his son out, and he runs to his cousin's house, and he says, Can they stay in your stable tonight?" And so he comes back and he says, "Yes, they can stay." So Joseph and his little wife followed my great-great-grandfather's son, and they went to this place, and it was like a cave almost. And it was a place where the animals stayed. The smell was pretty bad. It was like, grandfather said they tried to always keep it clean, but those animals were a mess. And they were there waiting out this evening. And so what the young couple did now is what we were told is that they came together underneath this little stable area, this like a cave, and they found where the animals ate from. It's a trough. And they took and cleaned out the food, and they put inside of it hay. When she began to have pain, they knew they would have at least a place for the baby to lay. And from what we're told through the years, many years, that at that time she began to have hard labor pains. She was having a very difficult pregnancy, and so she was just a teenage girl, and her name was Mary. Well, it wasn't long after that the baby was born, a beautiful little boy, and so Mary took a piece of rags, and she wrapped the little baby boy in that rag. They call it swaddling clothes. And she laid him in that feeding trough, which was a manger. And after doing that, it wasn't very long, and these shepherds came running to the stable. He didn't know, my great-great-grandfather's cousin didn't know who these people were, but they were excited. They were very excited. And the story they told was that there was a light that appeared, and a group of heavenly hosts, like angels, appeared in the sky. And they said, "Peace on earth and goodwill toward men." And had told the shepherds that this day in the city of David is born Christ the King. So they came to see the baby. So these shepherds came in, and they humbly knelt down before the little child, and they began to weep because they had heard through all the prophets of the days of old of a time when a great king would come. They had no idea he would be born in a stable that night, but they celebrated that evening with Mary and her husband Joseph. And they found out that this was not Joseph's son, but this was the Son of God. And he had came to earth on this special day so that all the world could be saved. So there you go. That's the story that is told to me for the many generations. And my name's Habib, and I thank you for listening. Have a Merry Christmas.